Have you ever felt like you were drowning at work, even with colleagues all around? You're definitely not alone, and the truth about emotional intelligence might be hiding something crucial. Many believe that having emotional intelligence protects them from burnout, but that's actually a myth. The relationship between emotional intelligence and workplace burnout is more complex than most realize. Imagine this: you've just finished another long day. You're completely drained, yet your coworkers seem perfectly fine, laughing and chatting as if nothing's wrong. You feel a heavy weight pressing down on you. What's happening here? It's easy to assume that being emotionally intelligent means you can handle stress better. However, high emotional awareness doesn't always shield you from burnout. In fact, it can sometimes heighten your stress because you're constantly tuned into your feelings and those of others. Picture yourself in a meeting where one person is dominating the conversation. You sense their anxiety but choose to keep quiet, thinking, "I should be more understanding." Each time you hold back your thoughts, it builds up inside you. That's the hidden danger: being aware of others while neglecting your own needs. Emotionally intelligent people often overlook their own needs, becoming so focused on their coworkers' emotions that they forget to check in with themselves. Have you ever felt guilty for taking a break when everyone else seems busy? That's a trap many fall into. This pattern can lead to chronic stress and burnout, making you less effective in your role. The more you ignore those signals, the more they linger, creating a tough cycle to break. So, what's the solution? First, recognize that your feelings are just as important as those around you. It's not selfish, it's essential. Set boundaries and give yourself permission to step back when needed. Think about those moments when you feel overwhelmed. Instead of pushing through, take a moment to breathe and assess what you really need. Allow yourself to feel and prioritize your mental health. As we wrap up, remember that while emotional intelligence is important, it can't be your only defense against burnout. True strength lies in balancing your awareness of others with a deep understanding of yourself. Take a moment to reflect: are you tending to your emotional needs amid the chaos? It's time to shift that focus. If you found this discussion engaging, consider exploring more about recognizing your own stress signals. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. Think you know what stress looks like at work? Think again. It's not just about late nights or overflowing inboxes. There's a hidden truth tied to something we often overlook: emotional intelligence. Imagine sitting at your desk, feeling completely drained. You might tell yourself it's just a hectic week, but deep down you sense there's more to it. You are not alone. Many people are struggling under pressure, and the root cause could be closer than you think. What if your emotional intelligence is the quiet reason behind your burnout? It's easy to miss this connection, especially in a busy office. But what happens when you find yourself stuck in a cycle of misunderstanding your feelings and those of your coworkers? Picture this: you're in a team meeting where everyone is present, yet there's palpable tension in the air. People nod along, but their eyes tell a different story. Ever felt like you were speaking a different language? That's emotional intelligence, or the lack of it, at play. You might typically think of stress in terms of workload or deadlines, but what if your difficulty in reading the room is draining your energy even more? This subtle force can impact not just individual emotions, but the entire team dynamic. Now, imagine walking into your office, and instead of feeling dread, you're met with a sense of calm. How did that shift happen? It all starts with recognizing those silent stress signals. You can't address what you can't see, right? But when you tune into the emotional atmosphere around you, everything shifts. You might believe you can handle it all, but ignoring these signals can lead to serious issues. Have you ever experienced a sudden drop in motivation or found yourself snapping at a colleague over something trivial. That's burnout creeping in, often linked to unresolved emotional struggles. So, what can you do about it? It's not just about feeling better. What if embracing vulnerability became your secret weapon? Sharing your feelings, even just a little, might encourage others to do the same. That's how connections strengthen, stress diminishes, and the workplace transforms. Now, take a moment to reflect. What are you overlooking in your emotional landscape? Could it be affecting not just you, but your entire team? The choice is yours. Will you continue to ignore those emotional signals, or will you start to listen and respond? As we wrap up today, remember this: acknowledging emotional intelligence is just a nice addition. It's essential for a healthier work environment. You hold the key to breaking the cycle of burnout. Are you ready to unlock it? Have you ever come home feeling completely drained after a long day at work, unsure of why? You're not alone. Many people experience emotional exhaustion without realizing it. Imagine this: you're sitting at your desk, staring blankly at your computer screen. Your to-do list keeps growing, and every task feels like a mountain. What if I told you this isn't just ordinary stress? It could indicate how emotional intelligence impacts workplace burnout. You might think emotional intelligence is simply about being nice or having good communication skills, but it's much more complex. It's a double-edged sword. The very qualities that make you empathetic can also lead you to overlook your own emotional needs. Picture this: a colleague is overwhelmed, and you step in to help. You listen and validate their feelings, but what about your own? While you carry their burdens, your emotions get pushed aside. You absorb their stress while neglecting your own. It's a slippery slope. Many don't realize that high emotional intelligence can mask deeper issues. You might believe you're managing your emotions well, but are you truly? Or are you just pushing them aside? This is where the danger lies. Your ability to understand others can lead to neglecting your own self-care, setting the stage for burnout. Have you ever been in a meeting where everyone discusses problems, but no one shares how they feel about them? It's like navigating an emotional minefield. Everyone nods along, but inside you're crying out for support. The stress builds up, and before you know it, you're at your breaking point. Here's the kicker: the signs of burnout can be subtle. A persistent headache, sure. Here's the tightened version of your script: chunked irritability over small things, or that sinking feeling when Monday rolls around. These are your body's alarms. But are you listening? As tension rises, it's easy to get caught in a cycle of overextending yourself while undervaluing your emotional needs. What if you could break that cycle? What if there was a way to leverage emotional intelligence without falling into the burnout trap? Start by setting boundaries. It's not selfish, it's essential. Just because you can help carry someone else's load, doesn't make your emotional well-being a priority.